Is this finally Planet 9, the mysterious giant at the edge of our solar system? The story begins like a triumph for astronomy. An object appears that could explain mysterious orbital disturbances, but something's not right. The deeper the researchers dig, the stranger it gets. The object's orbit is atypical, its mass is too low and its position contradicts all previous models. What was celebrated as a breakthrough is increasingly turning into cosmic confusion. Was it all a mistake? Or has an object been revealed that pushes the boundaries of our previous Planet 9 models? The mysterious Planet 9 is a scientific phantom. Some are convinced it must be out there and even provide conclusive evidence to support their claim. Others consider the assumption pure madness. An object 10 times larger than Earth, orbiting beyond Neptune, unimaginable. Who is right? The scientific battle over Planet 9 is a story full of mysteries, theories, and spectacular discoveries, and it's far from over. Pluto, the first Planet 9. It was a sensation when in 1930 the young astronomer Clyde Tombaugh announced that he had discovered Planet 9. After years of searching, the team at the Lell Observatory in Arizona noticed a faint point of light moving slowly against the starry background. It was Pluto, named after the Roman god of the underworld. The discovery was celebrated worldwide and Pluto was given the status of the 9th planet in our solar system. But doubts soon arose. Pluto was much smaller than expected, even smaller than the Moon. Its mass was not sufficient to explain some of the observed orbital disturbances of Neptune and Uranus. The question remained, is there another large as yet undiscovered planet out there? For over 70 years Pluto was officially considered Planet 9, but over time astronomers discovered other small celestial bodies in the Kuiper belt, some of them even larger than Pluto. Eris, for example, and the mysterious object Sedna called into question the status of the 9th planet. In 2006, the International Astronomical Union finally drew the conclusion. Pluto was downgraded to a dwarf planet. This suddenly freed up the 9th planet slot, and the search began anew Vulcan and other phantom planets. If you love Star Trek, then Vulcan is home to the pointy-eared Vulcans. But hardly anyone knows that this planet really existed, at least in theory. In the 19th century, astronomers believed that an unknown planet must be disrupting the orbit of Mercury, the innermost planet. In 1859, French mathematician Urbain Lear, who had previously successfully predicted the existence of Neptune, postulated the existence of another planet within Mercury's orbit, Vulcan. Vulcan was supposed to explain Mercury's so-called perihelion rotation. The best astronomers of the time searched for it, but all sightings turned out to be errors. It was not until Albert Einstein's general theory of relativity in 1915 that Mercury's orbital deviation could be correctly explained without Vulcan. This rendered the hypothesis superfluous. Some researchers suspected that there was a ring of tiny objects between Mercury and the Sun, the so-called Vulcanoids. To date, none of these bodies has been conclusively proven to exist. Vulcan and the Vulcanoids were not the only phantom planets in the outer solar system too. Planet X candidates were repeatedly suspected to explain orbital disturbances of Uranus and Neptune. The discovery of Pluto in 1930 was a result of this search, although it later turned out that Pluto was too small to cause the disturbances. Another case was the hypothetical planet Theus, which was suspected to exist between Mars and Jupiter in the 19th century. It was never confirmed either. Instead, the asteroid belt was discovered there, a region full of small rocky bodies and later Ceres, another dwarf planet. These errors show how difficult it is to search for planets, and yet even the failures have repeatedly advanced astronomy. Planet X between science and myth. The idea of an unknown planet beyond Neptune is older than the modern hypothesis of Planet 9. As early as the 19th century, astronomer Purcell Lell suspected the existence of a planet X that was disrupting the orbits of Uranus and Neptune. This search indirectly led to the discovery of Pluto, but Pluto was too small to adequately explain the suspected disturbances. Later it turned out that Neptune's orbital data was incorrect, and the need for a Planet X disappeared for the time being. Nevertheless, the term Planet X remained and became a symbol for a hypothetical as yet undiscovered celestial body in the outer solar system. The modern version of this idea was revived in 2016 by Mike Brown and Constantine, and the theory of Planet 9 was born. The theory of the two researchers is based on the observed grouping of trans-Neptunian objects, which indicate the gravitational pull of another large distant planet. Parallel to this, there is a pseudo-scientific version of Planet X called Nibiru. The term was associated with Babylonian mythology by author Zecharia Sitchin, According to his theory, it's a giant planet with an extremely elliptical orbit that passes Earth every 3,600 years and is said to cause disasters. This idea was later picked up by influencers and linked to doomsday scenarios. Since 2012, the emergence of this horror world has been regularly conjured up on the internet, but fortunately, nothing has happened so far. Why 2017 of 2011 is not Planet 9? Is 2017 of 2011 finally Planet 9? Or does the trans-Neptunian object actually disprove the possible existence of the ninth planet? With an extreme orbit of around 25,000 years and a diameter of about 700 kilometers, it's one of the most remote known bodies in the solar system. The discovery was made by a team of researchers who were actually searching for Planet 9. But although 2017 has impressive characteristics, it's not a candidate for Planet 9. The question remains whether 2017 invalidates Mike Brown and Konstantin Batygин's hypothesis. The two claim it does not. But the vast majority of astronomers disagree. Mike Brown was one of the first discoverers of dwarf planets in the Kuiper Belt. Since this led to Pluto being downgraded, the researcher was jokingly called the Pluto Killer. Now Brown may be dealing with the Planet 9 Killer. Almost a decade of searching for Planet 9 would be gone. 2017 is still classified as a dwarf planet, and there may be hundreds of small planets lurking in the darkness beyond Neptune. It could be a completely separate planetary world within the solar system. This separate world may also follow different laws. Several of the small planets also show unusual geological features and signs of rich deposits of organic compounds and even water ice. Some scientists are proposing to redefine the term planet. Many dwarf planets may soon become real planets, making our solar system much fuller. The reason for this is the enormous wealth of the region, which was previously considered barren and empty. Ammonites and iris evidence of Planet 9. Have Taiwanese researchers now found Planet 9? Well, it could be. That would be a triumph for a nation that has not been a major player in space exploration to date. A team of researchers from National Tsinghua University announced in 2025 that they had discovered a previously unknown object in the Kuiper Belt. The researchers analyzed old data from the IRIS and ACARI infrared telescopes and came across an object that appeared in both datasets and was moving extremely slowly, a typical characteristic of a distant celestial body. The correspondence between the positions in the two datasets allowed conclusions to be drawn about the size and current position. However, despite the use of the best telescopes, the object's orbit has not yet been clearly determined, and without a precise discovery in the present, its identification remains speculative. In 2023, an international team of researchers using the Japanese Subaru telescope discovered a trans-Neon object named Ammonite. This object is located far beyond Neptune's orbit and exhibited an unusual orbit which was initially interpreted as evidence of the existence of a large, previously unknown planet. There was great hope that Ammonite could have been influenced by the gravitational pull of Planet 9. However, closer analysis revealed that its orbit did not match the theoretical predictions published by Mike Brown and Konstantin Batygin in 2016. Ammonite thus remained an interesting object but not proof of Planet 9. Can the Vera Rubin Observatory still find Planet 9? Does it or does it not exist? The search for the mysterious Planet 9 remains exciting. The Vera Rubin Observatory could soon provide definitive proof, with an 8.44-meter mirror and the world's largest digital camera. The observatory will take hundreds of images of the sky every night, illuminating even the darkest and most distant regions of our solar system. In addition to optical methods, new techniques are also being used. One of these is the search for the planet's heat signal in the infrared range. Since reflected sunlight decreases with the fourth power of distance, Planet 9 is extremely faint. Its own heat radiation, on the other hand, only decreases with the second power and is therefore easier to detect. Researchers use data from the Japanese ACARI space telescope to identify two possible candidates, which are now being investigated further. Another method used by researchers to search for planets and other celestial bodies in absolute darkness is known as shifting and stacking. This involves shifting images along possible orbits and superimposing them on top of each other to amplify weak signals. Thanks to this technique, dozens of new moons and trans-Neon objects have already been discovered. Whether through optical observation, infrared searches, or intelligent image processing, modern astronomy is actually well equipped to finally track down Planet 9. If it is found, it would not only completely revolutionize our view of the solar system, but also provide completely new insights into the formation and extent of planetary systems. Despite intensive searches, however, Planet 9 has remained hidden so far. In the dimly lit areas of the solar system, the search is like painstakingly groping in the dark. Imagine that researchers are scanning an area equivalent to the surface of tens of thousands of Earths. While Planet 9 is no larger than 3 to 4 Earths, the precision of the Vera Rubin Observatory could finally relieve researchers of the burden of searching. The new high-performance space observatory in Chile is specially designed to scan large areas of the sky quickly and reliably. No object, no matter how small, should escape the new telescope. Even very slow mini-planets should finally become visible thanks to the new technology. Researcher Mike Brown is confident about the launch of the new telescope. If Planet 9 really exists, we will find it within the first year of operation. Click subscribe now and be there for every new video.